Everybody's looking for an easier way to make a cup of coffee. What's easier than not having to use a coffee maker at all? One of our viewers here named Nick sent in this Ultralight Java Drip, so we're gonna see if this thing right here will do the job. What's your favorite way to make a quick cup of coffee? Leave that down in the comments for me. So the Ultralight Java Drip, it's small, it's light, it's portable, and you literally make the coffee right over your mug. But there's a problem. The directions are way too specific for this thing to be as simple as you might think. Which is why we're gonna modify them a bit to see if this thing works the way you hope it does. The directions call for a specific grind size and a specific water temperature, in which case you'd probably be near a grinder and a temperature-controlled kettle, in which case you'd probably be near a kitchen, so why not just use the coffee maker then? So what we're gonna do is use coffee that's already ground for the size that I would use in a standard drip maker, and instead of the temperature-controlled kettle you usually see here on the desk, we're just gonna boil some water. If it can make a good cup of coffee with just standard ground coffee and boiled water, I'll call it a success, because then we really did skip the coffee maker. Quick note regarding my thoughts on decaf coffee. All right, we have our stuff ready. Let's give it a shot. So the directions call for 2 tablespoons of coffee for every 6 ounces of water.
Math makes me seem so dumb in front of my friends.
So I set aside exactly how much coffee I use to make myself one standard sized cup of coffee. And the directions say 200 degrees for the water, but we're just gonna go full boil here. Because remember, in order for this to actually be a usable product, the scenario here is that we don't have a full coffee station nearby. As for how to set this up, it's literally as easy as it looks. This nice, light, thin, foldable, it actually came in a little flat box like this. You literally just unfold it and you stick these clips on the rim of the mug. It's very, very easy to do. Whether or not that's sturdy enough to hold coffee, and well, we're gonna find that out. Then you pour in your coffee. Okay, our water's ready. Just pour it in.
Oh, no.
Well, one minor problem that you might be able to see here, some of the water actually ran down one of these clips here that's attached to the mug and made a nice pool of coffee down there on the table, but otherwise it seems to have gone well. Now let's see if it's possible to set this aside without it being a complete mess here. Let's see, will it stand up? Nope. What about if I spread these out? Something like that? I don't know. Nope, that's gonna sit down on the surface of wherever you're putting it and make a little bit of a mess. You obviously can't leave it on the mug if you're gonna drink the coffee. Okay, so off camera I had to go rinse this off because there is no way to set this down anywhere without making a serious mess. But otherwise, look. Coffee. This is a coffee I drink often, so I'm familiar with what it tastes like through a drip maker or French press. Let's see what it tastes like through the Ultralight Java Drip. Honestly, not bad. And because it's like a super fine kind of mesh, almost like the mesh filter basket thing that I use in the drip maker, there are no grounds or anything in here. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, flavor-wise, body, all that, it's basically where it's supposed to be. So, I mean, not bad. So can you make a decent cup of coffee with this? Yes. Can you skip the coffee maker entirely and just use whatever hot water source you have at work or at the campsite or whatever, and some ground coffee if you have it in a bag? Yes. The only thing to consider is it is a bit messy. So like if you're using it for camping or something like that where it doesn't really matter if you have to set this down somewhere and get some coffee all over the place, not bad. For an indoor setting, unless you're near a sink, it's going to be tough to use this after you pour the water through it because it doesn't stand up or anything. The thing is, these are only $10. So do I think it's worth having one, like maybe leaving it in the car for when that coffee addiction kicks in and you need some right now? Then yeah, I mean, for $10, I really don't think it's that bad. As long as you have some coffee handy and you have access to some kind of hot water or you can boil some water, you can make some coffee. If you want to see another interesting method of making coffee right on the mug, click here.